Arsenal update. Arteta's biggest decision yet could define the season. A moment that separates pretenders from champions. There are moments in every football season that quietly decide everything long before trophies are lifted or tears are shed. They are not always marked by finals, derbies, or dramatic last-minute goals. Sometimes they arrive on a cold training ground, behind closed doors, where a manager stares at a whiteboard and realizes that doing what feels safe is no longer enough. This is one of those moments for Arsenal Football Club. As the season reaches a critical phase, Mikel Arteta stands at a crossroads, one that could define not only Arsenal's title hopes, but also the narrative of his entire managerial reign in North London. The margins are thinner, the expectations are higher, the excuses are gone. This is no longer a project. This is no longer progress. This is about delivery. And the decision Arteta's about to make, tactically, emotionally, and ruthlessly, may decide whether Arsenal finally cross the line or relive the agony of coming close once again. From trust the process to win now. When Arteta first arrived at Arsenal, the message was simple: patience. The squad was broken, the culture was fractured, the standards had collapsed. Fans were asked to trust the process because there was no alternative. Youth was promoted, big names were moved on, mistakes were accepted as part of the rebuild. Fast forward to now, and the landscape has completely changed. Arsenal are no longer rebuilding, they are contending. With one of the youngest yet most talented squads in Europe, elite-level coaching, and serious financial backing, Arsenal are expected, not hoped, to challenge for major honors. And this is where the pressure shifts. Because once you show you can compete, the next step is winning, and winning requires decisions that are often uncomfortable. Arteta knows this. The players feel it. The fans demand it. The question is simple, but brutal. Is Arteta ready to sacrifice loyalty for glory? Chapter 2. The weight of last season's pain. No Arsenal update can ignore the shadow of last season. For months, Arsenal led the race. For months, belief grew. For months, the Emirates felt like a fortress again. And then, it slipped. Not because Arsenal were poor, but because they were not ruthless enough. Dropped points in key moments, late goals conceded, a hesitation to rotate, a reluctance to trust depth when fatigue set in. Those moments did not disappear. They stayed. They lingered in dressing room conversations and post-match analysis. This season feels different because Arsenal feels wiser, but wisdom only matters if it changes behavior. Arteta's biggest decision now is not about tactics alone. It's about whether he has truly learned. The tactical dilemma: control versus chaos. At the heart of Arsenal's season-defining decision lies a tactical debate that divides fans and analysts alike. Should Arsenal continue prioritizing control, possession, and structure, or embrace chaos, risk, and verticality in decisive moments? Arteta is a student of Pep Guardiola. Control is in his DNA. But football history is clear. Titles are not won by perfection, they are won by adaptability. There have been matches this season where Arsenal dominated possession but struggled to kill games. Low blocks frustrated them, transitions exposed them, and narrow leads felt fragile. Insiders suggest Arteta has been experimenting, quietly, with faster ball progression, more direct runs from midfield, earlier substitutions, less predictable attacking patterns. These changes may cost control, but they may win matches. And that trade-off is the biggest decision of all. Nobody's shirt is safe anymore. One phrase keeps surfacing around London Colony: nobody's shirt is guaranteed. This is a radical shift from previous seasons. Arteta has often been accused, fairly or not, of sticking too rigidly to his trusted core. But this season, something has changed. Training intensity has increased, standards are brutal, reputations mean less than output. Big-name players are being challenged,
Young players are being trusted. Rotation is no longer seen as weakness. It's becoming a weapon. This creates tension, but tension is often the price of ambition. Championship teams are uncomfortable. Comfort breeds stagnation, and Arteta seems determined not to repeat old mistakes. The unexpected hero Arsenal fans didn't see coming. Every title-winning team has an unexpected hero. Not the superstar, not the headline signing, but the player who steps up when the pressure is unbearable. At Arsenal, one such player is quietly forcing his way into Arteta's plans. He trains harder, he listens, and executes instructions without ego. Coaches have reportedly been impressed by his positional discipline, his hunger, his ability to impact games in short bursts. This is the type of player managers trust when margins are thin. The question now is whether Arteta is brave enough to start him in a defining match, even if it means benching a fan favorite. And that decision could change everything. Chapter 6. Youth versus experience. The eternal Arsenal debate. Arsenal's identity has always been tied to youth. From the Invincibles era to the Emirates years, young talent has been the heartbeat of the club. But youth comes with volatility. Arteta's squad is a delicate balance. Fearless young stars, experienced leaders, squad players hungry for relevance. The challenge is timing. Play youth too much and mistakes cost titles. Rely on experience too heavily and intensity drops. Arteta's biggest decision may be when to trust youth, not if. And in the biggest moments, hesitation can be fatal. The dressing room. Calm, focused, hungry. Despite the pressure, reports suggest the Arsenal dressing room is not panicking. There is belief. There is unity. There is hunger. Senior players are leading. Young players are listening. There is a shared understanding that opportunities like this do not come often. One senior figure reportedly said, "We're not scared anymore. We expect to win." That mentality is the foundation of champions. But mentality must be matched by action. Chapter 8. Why this decision will define Arteta's legacy. Managers are remembered for moments. Ferguson's ruthlessness, Guardiola's evolution, Klopp's belief. Arteta's moment is now. If Arsenal win the league, this season will be remembered as the year Arteta became elite. If they fall short again, questions will grow louder. Not about progress, but about execution. This decision, tactical, emotional, and strategic, will echo long after the season ends. Chapter 9. The fans. The final ingredient. Arsenal fans have suffered. They have waited. They have believed. This team has reconnected the club with its identity. The atmosphere is back. The pride is back. Now the expectation is clear. Fans don't want perfection. They want courage. They want ambition. They want belief. And above all, they want silverware. Conclusion. The season is not over. It is being decided. This Arsenal update is not about rumors. It's not about hype. It's about reality. Mikel Arteta's biggest decision is coming. And when it does, there will be no hiding. Because in football, moments choose managers, not the other way around. This season will define Arsenal, and it will define Mikel Arteta. Your turn, Gunners. Do you trust Arteta's decisions? Who must start every big game? Can Arsenal win the league this season? The pressure index. Who thrives? Who folds? Who decides titles? When a season reaches its defining phase, talent alone is not enough. Pressure reveals truth. It sharpens some players into leaders and exposes others, no matter how gifted, to hesitation and error. For Arsenal, this is the stage where reputations are made permanent. Mikel Arteta's decision is inseparable from a ruthless evaluation of his squad, not on potential, but on trust under fire. Let's break it down. Goalkeepers, the last line between calm and chaos. David Raya, control, risk, and the Arteta ideal. Raya represents everything Arteta believes modern football requires from a goalkeeper: calm in possession, bravery under pressure, and precision in distribution. But that same bravery brings risk, and in title races, risk is unforgiving. The pressure on Raya is enormous, not because he lacks quality, but because every error becomes magnified. When he's confident, Arsenal dominate territory. When he hesitates, doubt spreads through the backline. Arteta's decision here isn't whether Raya is good enough, it's whether the system should protect him more in high-stakes moments. Because one mistake can tilt a season. Center backs, the spine of belief. William Saliba, the silent titan. Saliba's presence transforms Arsenal. His composure, recovery speed, and reading of danger make him irreplaceable. When he plays, Arsenal look invincible. When he doesn't, vulnerability creeps in. Pressure verdict. Elite mentality, elite execution, non-negotiable starter. If Arsenal win the league, Saliba will be one of the defining figures, not loudly, but decisively. Gabriel Magalhaes, emotion versus control. Gabriel brings aggression, leadership, and dominance, but also volatility. In big moments, emotion can be both strength and weakness. Arteta's decision with Gabriel isn't about benching him, it's about managing his moments. One rash challenge, one lapse in concentration, one unnecessary foul. In a title race, risks are cruel. Fullbacks, where Arteta's system is won or lost. Ben White, the unsung operator. Ben White may never trend on social media, but inside the club he is trusted implicitly. His adaptability allows Arteta to morph shapes mid-game, from a back four to a three, from defense to midfield overloads. Pressure verdict.